Hey guys, we're going to give everyone a few minutes to get on. We're going to go ahead and discuss. There was a lot of questions that I've seen you guys asking about tonight's hunt behind the house over there with Mr. Anderson. So we're going to give everybody a few minutes to get on. I would like to address some questions because I told you before, and I'll say it again, I don't like not answering questions. Mr. Anderson isn't very good at answering those questions for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and give everybody a few minutes to get on, okay? We're going to address your questions. We are going to address what happened to me. We are going to address a few other things. Hey, Stephen, Missy, Sharon, how are you? Carabelle Moore, what is going on, sweetheart? We're going to address a few things tonight. I've seen a lot of questions that you guys were asking about the 3,000 acres behind the house, okay? So I'd like to elaborate on that, let everybody know exactly what's going on. Sharon, what is up? Laura Fields, Dillo, Kim Vega, what is up? How are you today? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to answer all these questions, guys. We're going to give everybody a few minutes because there's a lot of questions, especially from Soundwave. Guys, you know Soundwave is a very intelligent individual. He does his own hunts, okay? So there's, quite a few questions, not just from Soundwave, but from a lot of you that I've seen on there. Les, what's going on? I see you. Scott, I hope you're doing well. I hope the prayers are working, man. I hope you're healing up, okay? So Malibu, what's going on? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to address all those questions about Mr. Anderson's hunt tonight. Tim from Licking County, what's going on, buddy? We're going to address that. What happened? I'm going to let you guys know exactly what happened. What happened is I planted the food plot the other day, okay, with, I was going to go with Sturgis's blend from Waytail Habitat Solution, but it wouldn't arrive here on time. So I went with another company, the Perfect 10. Okay, it's a brassica mix with clover and everything else in it, all right? So I planted the plot, and I noticed that there was a large maple that was still shading the plot. On the back of the bag, it said it needs at least 6 hours of sunlight. So what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to go cut this tree down real quick, slice it up, and get it out of the way, all right? So I was cutting through the tree. I got halfway through the tree, and obviously there was a metal stake or something that somebody drove in the tree at the time. Now, if this would have been a little 14-inch chainsaw or 16-inch chainsaw or a little 18-inch chainsaw, it would have just, stopped the blade and the saw would have died. This is a big Timberwolf Echo, okay? Big boy chainsaw with a big motor on it. Instead of stopping, it kicked back, ripped a ligament in my elbow, and it hit me right in the knee. It's pretty bad, guys. It was pretty bad. I stopped instantly, sat down. As soon as it happened, I grabbed it and put a lot of pressure on it because I knew there was going to be a lot of blood because I felt it hit the bone. So I stopped. I went. I sat down. I got some toilet paper and some electrical tape, wound it up, finished cutting the tree down, sliced the tree up, got it off the food plot, and then we left, okay? I've been extremely sore today. I will be back out there. I'm limping, so I will be back out there. It's no big deal. Les says, hey, Charles, I thought you did a great job, but I was wondering about that footprint. It looks like it had toes. It does look like a washed-out print. That's why I had Mr. Anderson take a picture of it, because that was very intriguing to me. Okay, this piece of property is part of the West Branch State Park. Okay, it is on the small side of the lake where the river comes in the inlet. Okay, on the inlet side, excuse me, of the lake. There is no public hunting there. There's no hiking there, but it is public land. So they really don't care if you walk on it because it's public land. There's no access to it either. There's no parking areas. There's no nothing. There's people that live on this one road, and then there's more people that live on the other road. Then there's 3,000 behind that, okay, that touch West Branch. File 118 was taken about a half a mile, maybe a mile from this area, okay? File 118 was taken from the middle of the lake area over by Rock Springs Road is where File 118 was taken from, okay? In a non-hunting area. If you guys remember File 118, it was taken during the winter. There's some hiking trails there that a lot of people don't use because they're not very good trails. But that's where File 118 was taken. So there's a lot of land around it. Now, on the other side of that creek, okay, I don't know if that's the creek that I'm thinking or if there's another one back there. I have not been back there, okay? Yeah, I think Jerry did a good job too, Les. Thank you. Been closed like that with a chainsaw accident. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, that's the first time. I'm usually very cautious with chainsaws. I mean, they're dangerous, man. I mean, it's just, you know. So, but, you know, you can't predict when there's metal in a tree. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty hard, you know, to predict. So, on the other side of the river inlet, okay, there's probably another 2,000, I'm assuming, acres, maybe more, of public land at the bottom of West Branch. Then all the public land goes around all the way to the north to the dam. It's called the James A. Kerwin Dam or West Branch State Park. You guys can look it up. You can see all of the land all the way around this and see what's going on. You guys can get Google Maps and stuff like that where you can see what is going on over there. There have been Sasquatch sightings on that road. Hayes Road is the road that the Squatch sightings were on. That piece of land actually touches, okay? You can look those up, all right? I pulled them off the BRFO's website. That's how I know that there has been sightings there. Most of the sightings, I think the most recent sighting was in 1997. But since then, there hasn't been any reported sightings over there. That doesn't mean that they're not in there. That just means nobody is reporting sightings. And the last sighting that I did see in 97 was in a resident. It was somebody driving. You finally got to be the one sitting on the couch. Yep, watching the hunt. Yeah, I was actually sitting at my computer watching it. But, you know, Mr. Anderson did a good job, and I thank all of you who donated tonight. It really means a lot to him. You know, I didn't ask Mr. Anderson to go on a hunt today, all right? Mr. Anderson came to me and approached me about it. He said, look, he said, I know you're down, and I know you're not going to like this idea, but I want to do a hunt. I feel that our subscribers deserve that. And I agreed with him that you guys definitely 100% deserve that. So I said, Mr. Anderson, you know, go ahead and do what you want to do. He goes, I want to go explore the property behind the house. Because there's no way he was going to the geosite without me. If that lady finds out, we're going to get kicked out of the geosite. And Old Man Whistler don't like Jerry. You know what I'm saying? He just don't. Old Man Whistler's a weirdo. So he decided to go there, okay? Which I thought was extremely nice of him. So all of you that donated tonight, thank you so much, man, because it really means a lot, you know, to Mr. Anderson. You know, he's constantly telling me, you know, that he don't think he's good enough, you know, for this channel, and I keep telling him that isn't true, all right? Mr. Anderson is part of this channel, will be part of this channel, and will remain part of this channel, no matter what happens. So, just, you know, to let you guys know what's going on. Also, there was a lot of, I seen Sonway was asking, and a couple other people were asking about the markers back there. On the other side of the lake, I know, on some public hunting land, those markers are in the exact same spot as a field that every once in a while they cut down. What it is back in the 60s, there was an old pipeline that they ran through there, an old gas line, all right? So that's what it is. It's an old gas line. They keep the trees out of it in case they need to dig it up, okay? And they don't want, you know, tree roots, you know, interfering with the gas line. So I do believe that's what that is. We're going to investigate this area a lot more and see. We beat them up tonight. I know. I seen you guys. I watched it. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Thank you guys. For being easy on Mr. Anderson. Today. He's trying, guys. He really is, man. He loves you guys. You guys mean the world to him. You do. And when he came to me tonight, and asked me if he could do a hunt, not only did I feel honored, but I told him, yeah, do it. You know what I'm saying? So what's up, Cookie Keebler? I see you, brother. Alan, what's going on, Moose? So, I just wanted to, answer some questions. We're going to examine that print a little bit more. That tree bend was definitely natural. I seen it. That twist, that baby twist, that looked like a buck did it. No, and I say this a lot, guys. Not everything is a Sasquatch, 99% of the stuff in the woods can be explained. It's that 1% that catches my attention, But, yeah, Mr. Anderson did do a good job. Tony, what is up? I hope your leg is okay. I'm down with my back today. Tony, I hope your back heals, man. I really do, brother. I will say prayers for you tonight. I promise you. Let us know. It says, I think it's awesome, Charles, that you gave him his own site to get out during a hunt for us. Well, it's, guys, Mr. Anderson has been with me for a very, very long time. Ever since he was a kid, I've taught him a lot of things, So, yeah, you will see me, DA, at Bigfoot and beer. You will. So I'm trying to read these comments and also connect with you guys too. But I just wanted to answer a few questions. If any of you have any questions about that site, we haven't decided what we're going to name it yet. So now would be the time to ask me. I know some of the adjacent area pretty well. Those woods I haven't really been in to see if there's any prints or anything else, because I'd like to walk that riverbed. I think it was Soundwave that said get some waders and walk that riverbed. That is a awesome way to do some tracking. You find the prints, you find out where they're going, and then you can lead off from the riverbed. Plus you guys know riverbeds are one of my hot spots for prints. You guys know that. Most of the tracks that I have casted are from riverbeds. So, with that, with that said, the great Anderson site. Yeah. Thank you, Charles. I could use your prayers. Tony, you got them, buddy. Alan says, hello from Tennessee. What up, Alan? Go get a 10 and an 8 point in Velvet on trail cam. I set trail cams out. We have them set out all over the place. I set trail cams last week because here in Northeast Ohio and all over the country, not just here, but mostly in your northern states, your deer, when opening day comes, will still be on their summertime pattern. They will not be on their wintertime pattern. So if you pattern them their summertime and plan for that summertime pattern, you'll have great success on opening day. It's not until 3-4 weeks after opening when they start switching to that that fall pattern. So, just to let everybody know what's up, David Leonard. If you guys haven't went over to David Leonard's Facebook page, get on over there and check out David Leonard, man. David Leonard is not sponsored or paid. He don't pay Outdoor University. I just think his game calls are awesome. Guys, get over there if you know a hunter. They make great gifts. They really, really, really do. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get off here, guys. I just wanted to let everybody know. There you go, Soundwave. There you are. I seen that there were some questions. I really got on here, for, the people that didn't get their questions answered. Soundwave, and there was a bunch of questions that you had. And I think I addressed most of them. If there's any other questions that you have about that new site, Soundwave, now would be the time. I will answer them, let you know exactly what's going on. Place looked pretty wild. There's 3,000 there. Watch the beginning of this, and I'll explain everything of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of land out that way, and it is known. I'm not the only researcher. Before Outdoor University even existed, there's a researcher that most of his stuff, all of his thermals and all of his stuff that he does have, his evidence came from West Branch. We know that there are Sasquatch in West Branch. We know that. I think they migrate out of there during the summer because there's a lot of people in there during the summer. So I think they move to adjacent properties and pieces of the property that don't have a lot of activity. And this is one of them, guys. There's not a lot of human activity over here. There's no access to it. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere to park. There's nowhere to, you can't really get there. You got to walk through somebody's yard to get to it. How much people traffic is in there in the past? None. I mean, seriously, there's not a lot of people traffic over there, okay? I had just addressed that, Soundwave. I'm sorry, I must have got your comment slowly. The property that's all the way around it is all private. The only way in is through the river. You know what I'm saying? So you'd have to either walk down the river or canoe down the river to get into that piece that is owned. By the lake, there's a lot, Soundwave. Yeah, there's a lot, man. There is a lot of land at West Branch. A lot of land. Saw what seemed like wild paths in there. By what I can tell by the footage, I've seen a lot of deer paths, which we know that's Squatch Walk. A lot of game trails. Grant says, looks like they do a controlled burn there. I don't know if it's a controlled burn or if they just go through with a brush hog once a year. I know they keep that pipeline clear of trees because they don't want the root systems getting up if they need to get in there and dig up a line or something like that. Meant large print track. That's why I had him take a picture of it, Soundwave, because I think it was one too. If you looked at the top of it, how it looked like it had toes at the very top, and how the river was washing up at it, you know what I'm saying, and how it looked washed out like that with those two ripples. Those ripples mean at one time that was a dry, and it stepped and it crunched in. Okay, but it is obviously the river went up and came down and washed that track away. It did look like a track to me. Nan says, will you be using this land as a new hunting spot? Probably. It's right behind the new house. I mean, I can just walk outside. Probably. But, my focus, guys, has always been Old Man Whistlers. My second focus is on the geosite. My third focus is on the Tom Suck site. Because I think, I'm not sure where I want to do the Bigfoot 30-day odyssey with them, okay? I'm not sure. How many creeks do you think run on that property? I'm not sure. I really haven't got down and dirty with it yet, Soundwave. I'm not sure how clear of a path on the pipeline. It looked like to me that, it was, 12 inches, 18 inches? They keep it. You know what I'm saying? Usually do a brush hog, he says, on the power line dills. Yeah, that's what they usually do because if they let big trees get in there and then, they have a gas leak where they got to dig it up to fix it, there's no way of getting the backhoes in there. Is the forest have a lot of hillsides? Yes, it does. There is a lot of hills over there. That I do know by looking at a topo map. There's a lot of hills all the way around West Branch, okay? A lot. Not really a hunt, but a listening session. Is there what else to say? But, yeah, so, this was just pretty much to answer questions that Mr. Anderson was not getting to, guys. Because I've told you before, that bugs me. I always go back and I see a comment that I should have answered or would have answered or could have answered or I missed, and that bugs me. So, just want to let you know, that, Mr. Anderson appreciates it, that he holds you guys in very high regards, and he's trying, okay? It's a learning process. You can't just teach somebody to track overnight. It doesn't work that way. That's not how tracking works, It is what it is. A time for a flyover with a drone. I agree 100%. I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start training Corey how to start flying that drone, all right? Could last guy have walkie-talkies to report any sounds he hears? That's number one. I don't do that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe in walkie-talkies, because number one, you shouldn't be separated. When you separate, what you do is you scare them out of there. They leave. There's too many, too much. They're looking over here, they're looking over there. You want to stay in one group so they can watch your group and track your group, okay? They feel comfortable doing that. It's been great success, not just for Outdoor University, but for other people too. You know, it's a bad idea to have multiple people in the woods just walking all over. You don't do that. Stay together, okay? The Sasquatch can track you better. They don't have to worry about somebody over here, somebody over there, and somebody over there. When they have to do that, they get nervous and they'll just leave the area. They'll just walk away from you. Are you going to use clear cam video of the property? I'm probably going to do a lot of GoPro stuff over there, okay? Probably going to do a lot of GoPro stuff over there. I asked if he found footprints tonight. Little Joe, I think that was a print. That's why I had him take a picture of it with a cell phone so I can really, really look at it. I mean, I'm hobbling pretty good. You know, I wanted to go, but I think it's best if I just stay off my leg for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's pretty bad. It actually took probably about that deep out of my bone, right on my kneecap. You know, and there's 4 slices right across there. One of them went all the way to the bone. So it's pretty good. The slices are about that long, you know. So, place a gifting site right at your back door. Okay. Can he do that tonight? I don't know. I have to ask Mr. Anderson what he's doing tonight. So, I got on late. That's why I'm asking. I know, Little Joe. That's why I got on, because I seen there was a lot of questions. LOL. Watching you, Charles. She's gonna get you. LOL. Mom's gonna get me. Mr. and Mr. Anderson got me out in the woods for a while. Priceless to me. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that happened. When you think that creek's going to fill with water, well, here's what I do know. I know that the south end of West Branch, I mean the west end, it actually runs west and east. The west end of West Branch is dry right where it comes in. All you can see is where the river is. It's way, 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 way down, okay? So I don't know. Right now would be the prime time to walk that creek. Sharon says, why haven't you been to the hospital? A little bit of spit, a little bit of dirt. I'll be all right. When do you think the creek's going to fill with water? I answered that one. Got on late, that's why I'm asking. You know, Ricky says, me and my family are praying that you have a fast recovery. That looks like a runoff stream. It does look like a runoff stream from some of the hills. I'm not sure. I know that's not the main river right there. The main river is way wider than that, okay? So, you know, I'm going to get out there, guys, and we're going to really look around and see. I ain't saying there's a Sasquatch there. I'm not. There might not be. I don't know. All I know is that there's a lot of land that's connected right where file 118 is, which is not far from Old Man Whistler's, you know. I think these things, you know, Charles, it will need looked at. Now, don't look at it. Just ignore it and leave it alone. It'll go away. Trust me. That's how this one happened. See that one? Yeah. You see that scar? That was super glue. Look at that one. That's a good one, huh? Bar fight. But back in the day. All right. Military jacket would protect them from mosquitoes. Yeah, I know. Mosquitoes. Come on, man. You know? Yeah, duct tape, super glue will fix it. That's right. Here's something you probably didn't know. Super glue was actually designed for the soldiers on the field to close wounds. You know, squirt it in there, stops it. closes it up, you know. So, anyways, guys, what do we got? Quite a few sightings there. Yeah, Dillo, there is. Yeah, I mean, you know, you have already looked it up. There's a bunch of sightings around West Branch. That's where the state highway patrolman seen it running across the road I told you guys about. I never told you about the camp ground sighting last year. That's on the BFO's website. Read about that one, you know. So, you know, Grant said, yeah, I did know that. If there's not much foot traffic in there, I would say that it would be a good spot for them to go. Me too, Les. We're going to figure it out. You have to watch them nails even in live trees. I know. If people's around, I know, man. See, most of the time, you know, them little saws, they'll just stop. And they'll just stall. Not a big saw. Not a big boy saw. A big boy saw just goes wham and kicks back because it can't, you know, that metal ain't enough to stop that motor. You know what I'm saying? It's got that much torque. And the saw was only 1 day old. Brand new chainsaw, too. My buddies. Do you need some antibiotics? I'll be all right. All right? So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get off here. I just wanted to thank everybody tonight, okay, for the hunt that tuned in and for all your support for Mr. Anderson. He greatly appreciates it, man. You guys don't know. He holds you guys in some pretty high regard. So anyways, remember, take a kid fishing, man. Invest in our youth. By doing so, you're actually investing in your own future, okay? You're actually investing in your own future. Show a little bit of love, you know, to these kids out there. Thank a vet because you have. Thanks for answering the questions. No problem, Scott. You know, listen, man. Thank a vet. You have the freedoms you have because of a vet. I'm telling you, small carbon footprint. All right. Put down that Xbox. Pick up the tackle box. I love you. What's going on, Jerry? I see you, buddy. All right. Was just answering some questions that you missed. No problem. You did a great job. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Applause. Everybody from Mr. Anderson, thank you so much. Anyways, take your kid fishing, guys. I will see you all in the great outdoors. Later!